Hey guys, so I just got quite a few requests to do a speed test comparison here between the new Xperia X Performance and the Xperia X. So these two are actually priced roughly the same actually, and someone wanted to know basically if the X is as quick as the X Performance that we do have on the left. So we're going to have a look here to see if there's any differences in terms of the performance. And it's a very weird strategy Sony is pursuing here, creating two phones which are nearly identical, but obviously coming with slightly different in terms of the specification as well as the waterproofing. I think those are the main differences between the two, but everything else is literally pretty much the same. I think same RAM, same like fast charging, same camera. So the X does boot on first, which is really weird. Both of them are up to date as well. So why does the X Performance take so long to boot? That is pretty weird. So nevertheless, we can have a look at the performance here day to day. So we're going to basically just open up some apps, see if we can see any differences. And I'll remind you again, the X is on the right and the X Performance is on the left. You do get a shiny back with the X Performance, obviously. So what I'm seeing here is very peculiar. For most of them, the X seemed to be a little bit faster. Oops. Wonder what happened then. I'm sure I clicked the right one. Hang on, need to open that again. And then this one. So the performance on these two seemed to be a little bit quicker. Let's try the Sony apps. A little bit faster on the X, maybe. About comparable. Maybe the X Performance on that one actually. Camera. Again the X, you know. I am not seeing a massive difference here between the so-called performance. Maybe we should call it the shiny version, because that's the only real difference here I'm seeing. A little bit quicker to load maybe, the PlayStation stuff. Let's try Play Store. Same. Let's try game. Maybe the games where we'll see some differences. What's going on here? The X is beating the X Performance if you ask me. I don't know why. Why is this occurring? So the X Performance on this one a little bit faster, but still, you know, I am not seeing a massive difference here, folks, when it comes to the X Performance day to day, if I'm to be honest. And as I said, I'm sure they're both like up to date in terms of the software. Let's just double check, because it's really similar. So what's this? Oh, that's just a support app, I think. I don't think that's like a major software update, but you can see they both are up to date here. Oh, we got another one. See, this is really weird, the way Sony phones, they don't really tell you when there's an update. It's just like it sits in the background and you don't know what's happening. You see, both of them are up to date now and very similar performance. Let's have a look at the Wi-Fi here. So start with the X. So very reasonable on the X. It's not the highest end processor, Snapdragon 650, but not reasonable considering the price of the handset. Today we do have the X Performance giving us some good performance at last. So the other day I tested this, it wasn't really that good, but today it seems to have woken up, which is good. Nice Wi-Fi there. Let's just open up Chrome session, just load a page. Still the X loaded the page faster. What are you doing to me, Sony? Sony's making it really hard for me to be, pro Sony here. I mean, seriously. This is why I do the browser test, by the way, because even though you have like a different Wi-Fi speed, other things can factor into the equation when you doing like browsing here. You can see the ads are loading a little bit faster on the X, so go figure. Hopefully Sony will reduce the price of the X, because there's no reason to price it so high now that we've got the Note 7 coming. Oh dear. Where did this come from? You see, this is the annoying thing about Android. Now and again your phone can just be hijacked and you don't know why. But still, I'm seeing the X here load faster, which is very disappointing to me. A bitterness is forming. Let's have a look at the multitasking. Both 3 gigs of RAM here. And then we round the video off nicely and go drown my sorrows. But you can see, I think the performance is a little bit faster here with the So you see, as soon as I open my mouth, it always messes up. So I'm not saying anything now about it. You can just watch and you can see. I'm seeing reloading on both of them though. But this one does seem to come up a bit faster on most of them. But seriously, there's not a massive difference here that I was expecting. So if Sony does reduce the price of the normal X, I'd probably just recommend you go for the X, to be honest. They both can't do 4K obviously now as well. unless you need the shiny back. Obviously the back is very nice. Wow, this kept in memory and this didn't. So we can only really hope here for maybe Xperia Z6 or like you know, something with a bigger performance difference really. And you can see, as I said, the only real difference is the like shiny back here really, which looks absolutely gorgeous, but the actual performance day to day very similar here. And you know, the screen, etc., the software nearly identical at the end of the day. But I will be doing some more comparisons. Might compare it against the Z5 next to see how it compares against that one. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful even if you're a Sony fan, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.